Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. These two guys, once upon a time, they were the two most feared heavyweight boxers in the world. Let's be real here. You're going back 5 to 6 years ago, even a little bit further than that. Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, no one wanted to face these guys. You know what I mean? They were so feared. They were knocking everyone out, who came across their path. And that's the fight that all of us boxing fans wanted to see. But they were feared by many. And, the bad part is, yeah, for us, the boxing fan, is that they both feared each other as well. Let's be real here. Let's not mince our words. There's no way about it. Do you know what I mean? Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, they both feared each other. I don't care what they both say. You can blame me on the promoters, blame me on the TV networks, etc., managers. That's all crap, man. That's all bullshit. At the end of the day, yeah, if two fighters really want to make it happen, yeah, if they want to get down and box, they will box in it. Because at the end of the day, who employs these promoters? The fighters. Do you know what I mean? Who employs the managers? The fighters. So a lot of these fighters tend to hide behind promoters, behind managers, behind TV networks, when in reality is they are the ones who are in charge of their own careers. They make the chess moves, you know what I mean? So, but when they don't want to fight each other, they'll hide behind promoters and managers and TV networks, etc. You know what I mean? That's all crap, man. And me as a boxing fans and millions of fans out there, very, very angry, very upset at the fact that we didn't get to see Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder at their pump. Like, do you know what I mean? When they were both at their prime, when they were both knocking everyone out. We didn't get the chance of seeing that because of just too many boxing politics. And like I said as well, both of the fighters were scared of each other. Like, they didn't want to take the chance. They didn't want to take the risk of losing their all at that time, because I feel like Mayweather set a precedent where it's all about staying undefeated, because for some reason these fighters feel like if they stay undefeated, they can generate more money. They're seen as invincible. Their fans are going to gravitate more towards them because they're undefeated, and they want to protect that at all costs. I think certainly that was the case with Joshua and Wilder. Obviously, look, I'm not going to, pretend like promoters and managers don't get involved. TV networks don't kind of like hamper the matchups happening. But at the end of the day, these fighters want to make a fight happen, they'll make a fight happen. You know what I mean? They'll make a fight happen. So for me, these two ducked each other for years, and all of a sudden now we find ourselves in a situation where both of their auras, both of them have kind of lost their aura. Yeah, Wilder's lost two of his last two fights. He lost convincingly against Joseph Parker, who just, outskilled him, outfought him, outboxed everything. Joseph Parker won the fight easy against Deontay Wilder when they met. And then you got Gilles Zhang, who knocked out Deontay Wilder. So Wilder not looking good. He's lost that aura of invisibility. He's lost that, that confidence that he had when he was knocking everyone out. Wilder's lost that. So his popularity is diminished. His draw, like where he can sell pay-per-views, he can sell out arenas. I don't think Wilder will really be able to do that right now, because he's in bad shape, man. He don't look confident. It looks like, the fighter in him has gone. It looks like he hasn't got a heart, but he has been coming out, lately, saying that he still wants to fight. He wants to carry on, and he still wants to fight Anthony Joshua. He's got fights out there. So, look, with Turkey Al Sheikh, Riyadh season, these guys are in control of boxing right now. So if they come up with the money, trust me, Deontay Wilder will fight again, because I feel like Turkey Al Sheikh kind of he admires Deontay Wilder. So I think he'll always give you an opportunity to go in a ring again and, showcase his skills, whatever. And then you go in the other hand, you got Anthony Joshua, who, if we just go back at the beginning of this year, he fought, he knocked out Francis Ngannou, devastating knockout in Riyadh. We all thought, Anthony Joshua's back. He linked up with Ben Davison. He looked like Anthony Joshua's back, man. He looks like confidence was back. His power was back. He was letting his hands go. And Joshua, if you scroll back 6 months ago, like, he was on top of the world, man. He was back. Like, we was all looking forward to Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, or Alexander Usyk, the rematch, so that Anthony Joshua can go for the undisputed. But This is what I always say, man. This is what I always say, man. Boxing is one of those sports where the landscape is never stable. In any given moment, shit could change. Shit could really go left and change. And we saw that when Joshua took on Daniel Dubois at Wembley. You know, we saw what happened, man. He got knocked out. You know, and these things can happen because in the heavyweight division, all it takes is one punch. And we saw that happening, man. And Joshua, you know, after that devastating knockout loss against Daniel Dubois, now everyone's sitting there thinking, what's next for Joshua? Like, where does it go? People are questioning him. They're questioning his chin. He's got a glass jaw, whatever you call it. There's some people are saying his punch resistance, his punch resistance is gone. Like, he's not the same Joshua. He lost easily. He looked terrible in that fight. You know, he didn't show no boxing skills. He didn't show no, like, he just shows the lack of experience. He boxed like someone who's a novice. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've seen white collar boxing that are much better, more disciplined than the display that Joshua showed on Saturday, on the 21st of September at Wembley against Daniel Dubois. It was just a terrible, terrible performance, and he got badly beaten up, man. He lost every single round, got knocked down like 3 times, and then finally got knocked out. So we're now looking at the situation like Wilder's lost badly with a knockout. Joshua's just lost his last fight against Daniel Dubois. He got knocked out badly. And both fighters' stock is kind of low at the moment. And it becomes a question of where do they both go? Like, where does Joshua go? Where does Deontay Wilder go at this moment of time? And it's like, I've been thinking about it. All the roads actually kind of lead to like Joshua Wilder. Like, I've been thinking about it hard. Like, if you asked me this question like 8 months ago, I would have said, hell no. I would have said to you, Wilder's done. He's finished. Do you know what I mean? He can't box. He's skinny. He's lost all his confidence. He's suffered mental breakdown. So he's not happening. But then I look at it. Then Joshua loses, and I'm one of Age's biggest fans. Joshua loses. I'm thinking to myself, like, the way he lost against Daniel Dubois, do I really want to see Anthony Joshua go back in there against Daniel Dubois? And Dubois is going to be full of confidence. He knows he can hurt Joshua. Do you know what I mean? So he's going to go in there. Mate, Anthony Joshua, even though he can improve, like, he could keep his hands up and be a bit more smart in that ring, but, like, he's been scarred, man. Like, he's never been knocked out in that fashion. So I'm thinking right now, in the back of his head, if he was to go back in there with Daniel Dubois, he's going to have those fears. And we all know, like, mentally, Anthony Joshua can have mental breakdowns. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those fighters where if mentally he's not right, he won't get the job done. So I don't really want to see him go back in there against Daniel Dubois, who's young, who's a savage, and who's going to come in there with a great deal of confidence, you know? So I've been thinking about it, and I looked at him like, yo, it actually wouldn't be bad if Wilder fights Joshua in this moment of time, you know? And a lot of people will be saying, oh no, we don't want to see that fight. Wilder's done and everything like that. I think people are lying. I think people are not really thinking about it properly. Like, I feel like if that fight was to be announced tomorrow, I guarantee you people buy the pay-per-view on that fight. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, yeah, Joshua, Wilder are both big punches, yeah? And at the end of the day, a lot of us are going to tune in to see who's really finished, innit? Let's be honest. We're going to tune into that fight. If Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder was to be made, which it can happen. With Turkey Ally Sheikh, these guys got money, man. They can make anything happen in boxing. So if that fight was to happen, yeah, I'll be tuning in to see who's really finished for good. Because let's be real, whoever loses that fight, you're done. Like, it's over. Legacy done. It's over. It's a wrap. Ain't no coming back. You know, if Joshua gets knocked out by Wilder, which he can, yeah, we already seen Joshua's vulnerable. You know, it looks like he can't take a punch anymore. I'm not confirming that, but I'm saying, like, it looks like, you know, he's struggling to take punches. If Wilder can touch that chin of Joshua, yeah, could be over, man. It could be over. But then in the other hand, if Joshua beats up Wilder badly, knocks him out, end of Wilder. So this would be this would be one of those fights where the loser, has to walk away from boxing, which would be sad, isn't it? Because I like both guys. And I feel like Wilder has been exciting for the heavyweight division. Joshua's been exciting for the heavyweight division. It's like we're getting to the point where, yeah, it's like an end of an era, isn't it? It's like Fury's getting on a bit. Usyk is 38. Joshua Wilder look like they're on a downhill. Do you know what I mean? They're on a decline. You know, it looks like they're not the fighters that they once was. And it looks like really is the end of an era, isn't it? Like now you got the Dubois, you got the Bakole, you know, you got all these other heavyweights that are up and coming, you know, looks like it's the passing of the guard, you know, passing of the torch. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm starting to realize, like, it's probably one of those moments where, you know, the top four boxers that we used to know, Joshua, Fury, Usyk, and Wilder, looks like they're coming to an end. Do you know what I mean? Which is sad as well, because I feel like these four guys have definitely made boxing very exciting, especially the heavyweight division. And I feel like once these guys are gone, yeah, like, who do you really have that's exciting both in a ring and outside of the ring? Like, Daniel Dubois is the IBF heavyweight champion of the world, but he don't talk much. He's not really out there. His personality is not really out there in the media. Do you know what I mean? If I'm wrong, please correct me. Let me know in the comments. But Daniel Dubois is not really a talker. Gilles Zhang, he's old anyway, Gilles Zhang. Do you know what I mean? So he's not going to hang around a bit. You know, Francis Bakole is exciting. He's got knockout power. But again, he hasn't got that superstar aura. So the next line of heavyweights, they're not really superstars to me. They're good fighters. They can box. They can bang. But outside of the ring, I like to see more personality because I feel like the heavyweight champion of the world carries the whole of boxing. So I feel like it has to be a superstar, you know, and we've seen superstars in the past. Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield. I mean, many fighters. George Foreman. These guys are superstars. They're exciting. You know what I mean? They excite you outside the ring. So yeah, it's gonna be sad. But anyways, let's go back. Joshua Wilder. Yeah, the loser of this is game over. He's really game over. And Joshua, I think I heard in the last few days, like, he doesn't mind taking that fight. Joshua doesn't mind taking on Deontay Wilder. And like, it makes sense because if Joshua takes on Deontay Wilder, he knocks out Deontay Wilder, he'll get some confidence back. Do you know what I mean? Even though a lot of us, the boxing fans, the casuals, we're not really going to rate it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's Deontay Wilder, he's lost the last two fights. He hasn't looked good in it. So we expect Joshua to beat him, even though Joshua has just been knocked out himself by Dubois. But in the eyes of the boxing world, those of us who follow boxing, in terms of boxing skills, we still believe like Anthony Joshua is better than Deontay Wilder. Do you know what I mean? We still, you know, skill-wise, Anthony Joshua is still the better boxer. So if Joshua can go in there, be smart, keep his hands up, avoid those big right hands and put the pressure on Wilder, and he catches him, is game over. Do you know what I mean? But if Joshua was to lose that fight, oh my God, legacy over. Do you know what I mean? His legacy is tarnished forever. All these guys that say Joshua's a hype job, he's manufactured, he's fake, everything, listen, they're going to be right, innit? Let's be real here. They're going to be right. So for Joshua's sake, if that fight was to happen, I'm not saying it is going to happen, but it's not beyond the realm of possibilities for that fight to happen because both fighters right now, they're a bit lost. But a Wilder Joshua is still a massive fight. So Joshua can't take that route. Wilder can't take that route. Both of them can redeem themselves somehow by winning that fight. Do you know what I mean? Do you get what I mean? Like, so it's interesting. It's interesting. A lot of people say, I'm not gonna watch that fight, but trust me, man, I'm one of these guys. It don't take much to really get me interested in a boxing fight, especially the heavyweight division. Do you know what I mean? That gets my juices flowing. Do you know what I mean? Because look, I watch white collar boxing, I watch amateur boxing, I watch all types of boxing because I just love boxing. And Wilder, Joshua, they appeal beyond the boxing community. You know what I mean? They appeal to the casuals. Listen, they'll still sell the pay-per-views. They'll still fill up. I reckon Joshua Wilder will fill up Wembley, 80,000. I think they'll do it. People will come and watch it. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think the fight will take place in Wembley. If it was to happen, it'll probably take place in Riyadh, in Saudi Arabia. So yeah, you know, that's what I think. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about, guys and girls, about today. I think Joshua Wilder, I think that's a decent fight there. I think why not make it happen? Both the guys, the stock is low. It's a bit too late in the day. Do you know what I mean? We wanted to see them fight 6 years ago, but they didn't. We wanted to see them fight in their pump when they were strong. It never happened, you know, so what? You know, but it's never too late. You know what I mean? In life, in boxing, in sport, whatever. it's never too late. I still think Joshua Wilder is it's a good fight. It's great entertainment. The build up will be great. All that trash talk between the two guys, you know what I mean? And I'm sure even Wilder right now, even after suffering two, embarrassing defeats, he's still in his heart. He still feel like he can knock Joshua out. And Joshua, with the vulnerabilities that Dubois exposed, Wilder would think like, listen, if I can catch this guy, I'll take him out. But then same again, Joshua will be thinking, listen, Wilder, you can't box, man. You got no skills. I'm better skilled than you. So if I can, just avoid that right hand, eventually I'll land mine and I'll knock you out. So it's interesting, man. Interesting days coming up in boxing. So really, really looking forward to it. But yeah, man, guys and girls, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think it's too late for these two to, meet in a ring, or do you think like it's never too late? Let's get the fight on. Let's make it happen. You know, they're both on a downturn. They're both on a decline. Let's just make it happen. Let's see what happens anyway. Because some of you still want to see Joshua Fury. No matter what happens in December, whether Fury loses or wins against Usyk, a lot of people still want to see Fury, Joshua. Do you want to settle the score? And why not? It's the same. It's exactly the same for Wilder and Joshua. I want to see. I won't mind seeing that. I mean, if the fight doesn't happen, it's not like I'll have sleepless nights over it. Like, I don't really care if it doesn't happen. But if it was to happen, I'll watch it. Do you know what I mean? And I'll talk about it and I'll do a fight breakdown about it. Because I love boxing and I love heavyweight boxing. I find it fascinating. So yeah, do let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate that. Once again, don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, and share the video. It will really, really massively help the channel to grow. So yeah, man, keep on showing the love. I really appreciate it. Once again, thank you for watching EMGM Sports. It's me, your boy Enzo. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.